Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Stadium podcast. Cameron and Eliza, here we are with our episode 21. We hit 20 last week, so we're on 21 now.
That's awesome.
If you haven't seen it already, make sure you go back. Yesterday, we dropped a podcast called the 4th of July special, Let Them Fireworks Explode. We both vented
Yeah.
over some bad issues with baseball and GMs.
It was horrible.
But today, we're going to switch it up.
Yeah.
Because in less than, I'd say, 20 days, maybe 23, 25, roughly. Training camp. NFL training camp will be here. So I figured, I seen something on Twitter earlier this past week, and I was like, okay, I'm looking at this. They gave a power ranking for quarterbacks, and I was like, looking at some of those, and I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with those.
I didn't agree either.
So I said, why not do our own?
Yeah.
So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this one light and simple. We're going to do our quarterback rankings.
Go ahead for your ranks. So, top 5.
Well, one second. What we're going to do, based off all these rankings, we looked at the last couple of years. If they played a couple of years, we looked at some of the weapons they had, how well they actually played with their weapons, any excuses, throw them out the window. If you have good players and you're not throwing well, that's your problem. If you're not performing, that's your problem. It all came down to a whole bunch of different factors. Not just Super Bowl wins or last season. It came over the last couple. It's ranked off of all that stuff. So, top 5. For my ranking, I picked Mahomes number 1, Joe Burrow number 2, Jalen Hurts is 3 for me, Josh Allen 4, and Lamar Jackson is 5. You're very similar.
So, yeah, I got Mahomes first.
Yep.
Hurts second.
That's where you lost me. That's where you lost. You sent me that so I can make the graphics for this, and you lost me on that. You put him over Burrow, Allen, and Lamar.
Yeah, Josh Allen third. Come on, Josh Allen's in a good year on the playoffs. But again, got crushed. By, and Burrow I put it 4.
So Allen was 3 and Burrow was 4.
Yeah, and then Lamar Jackson 5.
Well, we got the first and fifth one right. I mean, for me, Mahomes is definitely the best in the league right now. I don't think there's anyone better.
Hurts is doing a good job with the offense.
Hurts is doing a good job with the offense.
Better than Burrow. Come on. The whole year.
Again, it's not just based off of one year.
I know.
It's based off of their career so far. Hurts and Burrow have had about the same amount of years in their career. So it's a matter of...
Josh Allen was consistent, too.
He was consistent, which is why I put him 4 was a little tough. The only difference for me, though, is that, yes, Allen runs... and he runs the ball a lot, but he's not running and is more effective than Jalen Hurts when it comes to running.
We'll see.
He's also going to get hurt being as big as he is if he tries to keep running.
If you get the age, he's getting, getting older. Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Why don't you give me your 6 through 10 then quarterback ranking wise? Because after that first 5, I'm curious to see where you go with this.
Justin Herbert 6.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers 7. Dak Prescott 8. Deshaun Watson 9. Jimmy Garoppolo 10.
You lost me on that. Those right there. Those top 5.
Come on. Give us some faith.
I'll give you Herbert.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'll give you Herbert. I mean, looking at that though, you said Garoppolo 10.
Yes.
Jimmy Garoppolo 10.
Come on. We went to a new team, and the new team is getting better.
But it's based on how he's performed.
Oh, come on, man. But I think he will do a good job about that. So.
Now, I'm with you on Dak because I have him 8th as well, so I'll run through mine real quick. We both have Herbert 6. I agree with Herbert being 6. You put Aaron Rodgers 7. I like that pick. I dropped him down a little bit to 9. I think 9's a little bit better for him. He has had some inconsistencies the last couple years, but he's been great all of his career. I put Trevor Lawrence 7. Reason I like Trevor Lawrence is he's really had not that many weapons. He has not had that many weapons. Let's be honest. Who has he had this past year? Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
DJ Chark.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Those are 2 guys right there.
You got a good tight end right now.
And that's Evan Ingram. Yep.
Evan Ingram, yeah.
But what has he had prior to that? Last year, he didn't have those guys, and he still did pretty well. He was very close to the playoffs 2 years ago. I think his ceiling is really high.
We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see.
This is going into this year. So this is, for me, this is my rankings. I got, Herbert 6, Trevor Lawrence 7, Dak Prescott 8. I agree with you on 8 with Prescott. He's got to get past the playoffs.
Okay.
He's got to get past for him to sit there and keep having issues in the playoffs And with his clock management issues that he had, that's got to stop.
Okay.
There was too many excuses last year. If he doesn't get it done this year, at least advance farther than what they have been, I think he's gone off the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll see.
Aaron Rodgers, 9. I think he's going to do great in New York, by the way. I'm very high on him.
We'll see with the wide receivers, Wilson and who else?
Yeah, they got some good receivers. I do like the fact that they also have Breece Hall coming back too. Breece Hall is a good dump off running back. Same thing with Aaron Jones, excuse me. So those guys are both similar.
Yeah.
And then we switched 9 and 10. I put Deshaun Watson 10. He's a little high for me. I'll be honest. I did put him 10. It's my rankings.
The Browns did a good job with the trades. You cannot argue with that.
They did. The problem is though, we only seen a sample size for 6 games. Okay, he hasn't really played since 2020, 2021. It was tough for me to put him any higher, any lower. But then I'm looking at the next 5 for me, and that's where it changes a little bit. So for me, 5 is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's dealt with some injuries. He hasn't been as consistent. He's had issues. Tua Tagovailoa. One more concussion, he's out the league. So for me to put him this high is a little
surprising.
It was a little dicey for me to make that decision, but based on his performance over the last couple of years, based on his play, based on some of the weapons he's had. He didn't have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle until last year. He had Jalen Waddle 2 years ago. Now he's starting to get weapons. So it's a matter of him staying healthy and not getting another concussion. Kirk Cousins is 13th for me. Mr. All Reliable minus primetime. When he plays primetime, he's gone. I don't know who he is. He's not Kirk Cousins.
No.
14, Justin Fields.
What?
Justin Fields has consistently upgraded his game every single year. And with the weapons he had last year, hear me out. Hear me out. You can disagree all you want. That's my ranking. So, but who did he have last year, receiver-wise?
No, he didn't have.
He didn't have anybody.
No, but he did a big run. Remember those runs?
How did he do fantasy-wise?
Oh my God! Do you remember that 64 yards touchdown? Something?
I had him. I picked him up in one of my leagues.
Oh, you were so happy. You were so happy.
Absolutely, it was the best time of my life.
How many points did you got from him?
Oh God, he was like the 5th-ranked quarterback by the time it was all said and done. He actually almost won me a championship in 3 leagues.
Hey, he could get hurt doing that,
and so can
that's
Jalen
what
Hurts.
I'm saying.
So can Jalen Hurts, and so can Josh Allen. The problem is Josh Allen's a lot bigger and a lot taller. With length comes injury.
He will be another Russell Wilson.
Ooh, that's a little bold comparison. I don't like that.
I'm just saying.
The hell are you talking about? Russell Wilson? I consider Kyler Murray more Russell Wilson before Justin Fields.
No, it could be, but the way he played against with the Denver.
Fair enough. Well, that's a whole throwaway year for them. Finally, they got a coach now. They don't have a guy who hasn't even been an offensive coordinator before head coaching. They have Sean Payton. So they got the Saints old coach. There's your boy Jimmy Garoppolo for me, 15. He's middle of the pack. He's not top 10 for me.
You will surprise.
All right, hit me with it. Who's your 11 through 15?
Mac Jones. Mac Jones from the New England Patriots.
Hold on. Come here. What? Are you sick?
I'm not.
You got a fever.
Hear me out.
All right, you got a fever.
With the sign with DeAndre Hopkins, because I think
so it's based off of thinking.
Well, I'm just saying.
Smoke's coming out your ears.
He's going to the Patriots, DeAndre Hopkins.
How do you know this?
Based on the fact that they need a wide receiver.
So I want you to do this. So if they
I was
don't
hoping go to the Browns, but
if they don't sign him, I want you to come on here and admit you were wrong, just like I did with the Lakers.
But hey, I think he's a decent quarterback.
He is. I just don't think he's top 15.
Okay. All right.
But that's your ranking. Go for it. Keep running with it.
12. Yeah.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah. So I think the concussions questions is
the biggest issue.
Is the biggest issue. But I think they got a good squad.
I agree with you on 12. It's a little tough once you see some of these quarterbacks and just how they performed and what they've had. I think 12 is a good comparison.
Kirk Cousins, like you said.
We agree 13.
Yeah.
Mr. All Reliable. Except primetime.
Yeah.
Primetime, if you have him in fantasy on primetime, bench him.
Yeah.
Play anyone else. At that point, play Baker Mayfield. He'll probably still get more. I'm dead serious. Have you seen Kirk Cousins in prime times?
Yeah.
You might be better off getting Baker Mayfield
he
points.
Sucks in the prime time. Don't put it on Thursday or Monday Night Football.
And that's saying a
lot.
Or
Sunday night NBC. No.
He sucks on Monday Night Football.
Well, 14, Derek Carr. Do you agree with me with that?
It's a little high.
Come on, man. It's a new team.
But it's a little
high. They got good wide receivers right now.
Hold on. It's a little high for me, but I can see where you go with it. I'm not that far behind you, though. So it's just a little high. It's decent, just too high for me. Go ahead.
Daniel Jones.
Okay.
With the Giants.
That's a fair. I'll give you that one because for me, he's not that far behind either.
He's got a good tight end now.
They do.
But that tight end
if Darren Waller can stay healthy, that's the
yes, thing. Exactly. I was going to say
that's the biggest thing. Can he stay healthy finally?
I don't know.
That's going to be the biggest question mark. So you got Daniel Jones 15. Why don't you hit me with 16 through 20? Because your 20 blows my freaking mind.
Geno Smith, 16.
Not a bad one. He has had some ups and downs in his careers, but the last couple of years, it seems like he's turned it around.
Yeah. Kyler Murray. I know that you will hit me.
That's a little low, I think.
Well, hey, the injuries that he was, that's the question.
I know, but you put Tua above him.
But I know. But Tua's got a better squad than Kyler Murray.
I know, but it's based on how they play. The fact that he can play without having.
Well, you agree with me, number 18, Russell Wilson. He sucks.
I can't agree with you because he's a little bit higher for me.
Oh my God, he sucks. Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
He cannot keep, continue being healthy, and look at what he won the Super Bowl.
We're not far off with that one.
Well, he collapsed the following year, big time.
Yeah, we're not far off with that one.
Trevor Lawrence, number 20.
That's the one that blows my damn mind.
Why, man?
We just talked about it. He has Evan Ingram now, and here's the thing: he did all this last year.
Maybe I will change my mind. Maybe.
How about no? It's already up there. It's up there to see.
No, I know, I get it, but I'm saying.
Hopefully, he changes your mind because that's ridiculous to me. Look at what he did to the Chargers in the playoffs last year. Come on, how many points were they down? 27, and he did that without weapons. Who did the Chargers have? Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. They had Austin Eckler.
I think the Chargers,
defense was a big issue.
Yeah. I think so. That's the reason. So
we're not far off on some of these. Like I said, you're a little high for some of your guys compared to mine. I put Russell Wilson 16. Yes, he had one bad year, but career-wise, I think he's going to bounce back. I think he's coming back, especially with Sean Payton and having a great offensive mind.
So, yeah, that's Sean Payton. Yeah. So, we'll see. Sean Payton, I think, will change that offense. So, because I don't think the defense was so bad.
No, it wasn't. It's a matter of
the offense was bad.
The head coach was terrible.
That head coach offense was horrible.
Yeah. Finally, they have Sean Payton, a guy who is proven in the league, ready to go. Maybe this is a bounce back year. I have him 16, middle of the pack for me. Daniel Jones is 17 for me. You had him 15.
You put in Daniel Jones 17?
I put him 17.
Okay.
He's had one and a half good years. So, like I said, he's not that far down lower. Derek Carr is about 3 spaces lower for me, though. He struggled last year at the end. He couldn't get it done. He's never been able to really get it done in the playoffs. He struggled. He's got to make that next jump for me before anything else happens. Geno Smith's 19 for me. Again, too many inconsistencies in his career. Hopefully he proves me wrong and he jumps up that list with some of the weapons that he has, especially with now Jason Smith and Jigba, along with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. That's a scary receiving core. That's almost like the Bengals receiving core. Almost.
Okay.
I'm not jumping that far. And then I have Matt Stafford 20. I agree with you on Stafford. He's been inconsistent. He had injuries last year. He won the Super Bowl and then just faded off. And that's the problem.
I think the overwhelming, like what you call it, the hangover,
championship Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll hit you with this one. Your list here. We're gonna question you. I was debating. I want people to look at this and go, "What the hell was he thinking?" I know it's your list and the rankings, but oh my god!
Every time I predict something, most of the times happen.
You know what? If you're gonna bring that up, then screw you. Okay. I screwed up on my predictions, but that's all right. That's all right. When it comes to football, I got this one.
Okay, all right.
My 21 pick overall ranking is Jared Goff. Look at what he did with the Lions last year. He's been a proven quarterback. He did struggle for 1 or 2 years with the Rams, but other than that, he's been really good over the last couple of years. He's been head to head with Mahomes. He's won games against Mahomes. He's won a Super Bowl. He's done it. It's just a matter of having the right weapons around him and the right offensive line and the right offensive mindset. For him to be this high, this low to me was a little tricky. I wanted to put him up higher, but I need to see another good year for him before I can put him up higher. Mac Jones is 22 for me. He got benched multiple times for Bailey Zappi.
I forget about that.
Yep. That's why when you put him 11, I said, what the hell are you thinking?
But I'm just saying that with that DeAndre Hopkins trade.
And that's fair. I would have maybe put him 16, maybe 17, not 11. Also, the offensive coordinator for him were terrible last year. So that's another thing. That's a reason why he wasn't really well set. He wasn't well set off with that.
Go to the 23rd. Why you picked that guy?
I went with Kenny Pickett. His ceiling's high. His ceiling's high. He's going to bounce back. He had flashes at the end. He actually put some numbers up against the Ravens. He did pretty good against them for a little bit. He did pretty well against the Browns. The Bengals are a whole other story. But for me to sit here and look at this, I mean, this list is tough to make now. Once you get to this part, it's tough to make.
Yeah,
I just think Kenny Pickett is going to have a great sophomore year. Yeah. He had some flashes his first year in here. I think his second year in the league is where it's going to be, where you're going to see Kenny Pickett be Kenny Pickett. There's a reason he got drafted by them at a certain point, and that's why, for me, I just think Kenny Pickett 23 makes sense. Jordan Love's 24 for me. He did play a little bit over the last couple of years. Nothing to really, wow over. He has made some good throws. Nothing major. Obviously, you're coming after Aaron Rodgers. You're expected to be Aaron Rodgers 2.0, just the way Aaron Rodgers was expected to be Brett Favre. It's not going to be the way. So, we're going with that at 24. 25 for me is Baker Mayfield. He got signed by the Rams on a 2-day playbook study, and he literally just destroyed on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Next week he came out and he got completely destroyed himself.
And so it was one overall pick for the Browns.
I know. And honestly, hopefully he has a bounce back career at this point. Yeah. It sucks to see him at this point as far as he's come versus to where he's at now. It sucks. He was a great prospect coming out of college. He was a great quarterback coming out of college. He did well for the Browns the first 2 or 3 years, and then injuries. He hurt himself. He got hurt in week 1 last year or 2 years ago.
Do you see my picks on the...
I do, and that's where I'm like, oh my God, where are you at? Hit me with 21 through 25.
Bryce Young, I know he's a rookie quarterback.
Way too high.
Oh, come on, man. I think, that prediction I think could happen. I think he will be the quarterback that everybody will looking out in the new team with the Panthers right now.
You're going to hate where I have him.
I know, last maybe. Justin Fields is 22nd.
I think that's too low.
Come on, man.
That's too low.
CJ Stroud, you will see surprising with the new team, the Texans.
I think he's more of a surprise than Bryce Young. I think he's surprised.
You think?
Yeah. You'll see in my next prediction.
Jared Goff, I don't trust him too much.
Wow. He's been proven in the league.
But what about with the Rams?
2 bad years of the Rams.
2 bad, and then Detroit too.
No, he did good last year.
Come on, he was almost the 16 Detroit Lions one time.
No, that wasn't him.
It was him too. No, Matthew Stafford. But Detroit Lions, when he the first year,
they were 8.
They struggled.
I think they were 8-8 last year, 4-12. No, there was some last year.
But when he got traded 2 years ago or last
2 years ago. But they didn't have weapons last year, whatever the case. 2 years ago,
Well, Baker, and then the last one's Baker Mayfield.
So you agree with me on Baker Mayfield at 25? Yeah. Okay. You same reason though, or what's your?
I know it's rookie quarterbacks in my list and top, but we'll see.
But you said Baker Mayfield 25. Why did you put him 25?
Why Baker Mayfield 25?
Yeah, is it the same reasoning? You're hoping he bounce back? I mean, he's got a good mindset now in Tampa Bay. Hopefully he's the more veteran quarterback other than Kyle Trask or Trusk, however you pronounce his damn name. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's a bounce back for him. 26 through 30. Why don't you give me your 26 through 30? Because you got another guy you surprised the hell out of me with.
Anthony Richardson.
26?
Colts.
26?
Yeah. Colts, I think the Colts will,
whatever you're smoking, I want.
My prediction's very consistent, so I trust my guts.
Baseball.
I trust my guts. And then Desmond Ridder from the Atlanta Falcons.
Desmond Ridder.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad ranking for him. So he's a little lower for me.
With Jacoby Brissett, remember him with the Browns?
So we got Jacoby Brissett in here, obviously, because I don't think Sam Howell is going to be your starting quarterback. I think they're going to let him take the reins for a couple weeks and let Sam Howell learn under him. The same reason that they've been with the Browns and stuff. So
number 29, Kenny Pickett.
That's too low for me.
Come on, he's a Steelers. That's the reason why.
That's biased. You can't do that.
Hey,
you got another reason other than bias?
No, I just put it over there in the almost last, because I don't like the Steelers.
Don't say what team you're a fan of, because they know you're part of the AFC North now.
Browns.
Okay, well, you just opened a whole nother can of worms.
Deshaun Watson will be a good job. I can feel it. We can go to the Super Bowl.
You know, I'm the one who monitors all the comments and that, so I'm gonna have to filter through all the comments.
We are going to. I'm just calling you right now. On July 2nd, we're going to the Super Bowl. The Browns.
4th of July weekend's been treating you well, huh? You've been drinking a lot.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
You've been drinking a lot this weekend.
What are you saying that? You know?
Super Bowl? We got to get past first round first, or second round.
But I think with the good wide receivers and stuff, with the defense and good, good defensive coordinator.
You hope. I hope too.
We're gonna crush the AFC.
I already know one or two people that are gonna text me and be like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
No, I'm not talking about. My predictions being very consistent.
Okay.
Browns to the Super Bowl.
Who's your 30?
Ryan Tannehill.
I'm skipping forward. Who's your 30?
Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
With the Tennessee.
Okay.
You know, they
we got some switches here.
Jordan Love, you will kill me. 31.
Oh, we're not there yet. Hold on. Don't jump ahead.
Oh.
Don't jump ahead.
I'm sorry.
You're too far ahead. Well, there's your spoiler for the next slide. No, you're good. Jacoby Brissett for me is 26. He's been consistent. He's been decent for the Browns. I think he'll do some damage with the Commanders. I just don't think he's going to win them the division. He's a place filler for half a season to a season. Go from there. Same reason he was with Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He knows his place. He knows his job. He knows what he's got to do. Ryan Tannehill for me is 27. He struggled the last 2 years. He's been a good quarterback, though, overall. He was good in Miami. Now he was good with the Titans. I think he's 27.
Do you think that Tennessee can go to the playoffs?
This guy, you ranked him when you sent me this. I cannot believe you ranked him where you ranked him. For me, Brock Purdy's 28. As a rookie. By the way, last pick in the draft, rookie. He came on and took them all the way to the NFC Championship. And he was 8-0 for a while.
Come on, man.
An underrated player. The last pick in the draft, and he went 8-0 in his first 8 games. Hey, question. What pick was Tom Brady? 199?
6th round.
199?
Yeah, 6th round.
Okay, this guy was the last picked in the freaking draft.
Oh, my God.
And he went 8-0. And for you to rank him where you ranked him, it blows my mind. But again, that's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
And that's fine. Desmond Ridder, 29 for me. I'm the same way with you. I'm high on him coming out of University of Cincinnati. I honestly wanted to see more of him last year, but they just kept giving it to Mariota. Now it's his kingdom. Now it's his house.
Yeah.
He's the one who's going to be running
This is going to be tough. It's hard to predict all these quarterbacks.
Exactly.
But we'll see.
And you put this guy a little bit higher. I think he's going to surprise people, but I just don't think he's going to be that big of a surprise. I think he's not going to win you games. I think he's just going to be a surprise guy. That's C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
Me. So for me, that's C.J. Stroud. And then this is where we get a little interested. Go ahead and tell me you're 31-32. Go ahead and tell me you're 31-32.
Jordan Love from the Green Bay Packers. And 32, Brock Purdy.
You put Brock Purdy last.
Yes, I did.
I hope.
I think he's not prepared, so we'll see.
I hope he comes out and he lights
Come on, the league has got better.
And so
the league has got better.
Quarterbacks can get better too.
The league got better, so I'm just saying right now. And what about you other two?
My last two at the end are...
That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy? Well, here's the thing. I told you, C.J. Stroud was going to be more of a surprise than Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud's ranked 30 for me. Bryce Young's 31. Anthony Richardson, he ain't going to do nothing.
Bryce Young will prove you wrong.
Well, I hope a lot of your picks prove you wrong.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We're in a fantasy league together, too. So for us to do this...
What about 32? You're 32.
32 is Anthony Richardson for me.
The Colts.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think they have a head coach in place that is ready to develop them.
We'll see. Like I said.
He's got to get developed by... Because remember, they hired Jeff Saturday out of nowhere.
I think we're going back for these rankings of this episode after the season is over for the NFL, I think.
We're going to look at it... probably. I mean, we started this during the postseason this past year. So it would only be fitting to view this right before postseason next year. We'll go back and look at it. But That's our NFL quarterback rankings. NFL training camps on the way. We got a lot of football coming up content wise.
I cannot wait. I can't.
We got draft coming up. It's just going to be nice to sit back, have a cold one on a Saturday, if you're old enough to drink, by the way. And then or a Sunday, excuse me. Well, Saturday, too. We like college football. Yeah. So it's back-to-back.
Ohio State, Buckeyes.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. Do you think the Buckeyes will get better? Got better or no?
I think so.
I think they're not.
I think they're going to stay the same. They might be 4th seed. They might be able to sneak in, but I don't know. But
Alabama again.
I don't want Alabama in the damn playoffs. Keep them out.
What about Clemson?
I don't mind them.
You don't mind them?
Yeah.
What about LSU?
I'm fine with them. It's Alabama I don't like, and the team up north, Michigan. Keep them out of the playoffs. We got to beat them this year. But
yeah.
But yeah, that's our NFL quarterback ranking. Saturday, Sundays, I can't wait for football, man. It's coming up quick. We got our baseball right now, but football, we can't wait for it to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, like I said, if you haven't seen our episode
just follow us on Twitter.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. I'll put the link up right now. But if you haven't seen our video from yesterday, make sure you go on our channel, like and subscribe. Helps us out a lot. Go look at our 4th of July special. Again, hopefully you guys had a great weekend, a great holiday weekend. Make sure you guys stayed safe. Hopefully everyone's good.
Please don't do some, some stuff.
Didn't do stuff bad.
Don't do stuff like put your,
don't hold fireworks.
Do it in your hand or anything like that. Look at what happened to that quarterback. I'm sorry, the wide receiver.
Yeah, JPP. He blew his hand off.
So just be careful.
Yeah, we don't want issues like that. So just make sure you guys stay safe out there. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. You'll hear it here, obviously. And then if you haven't seen that special, go back and listen to it. All right, you guys.
You guys take care.